A very good evening to all of you, my dear students. I am Manisha Das on behalf of eTuition family. Welcome you all to today's class. Let me remind you that our eTuition family is providing quality education for your better tomorrow. So don't forget to be a part of our family. Okay. So my dear students, today this is the part 4 of our lesson life processes for class 10th. So have you revised or not? I think you all have revised. Let us recall what we have studied in our previous chapter. We have studied about human digestive system, yes or no? So today we'll be discussing about what we'll discuss today about human digestive system in lot of details, and alimentary canal, digestive glands, function of different parts of digestive system, mechanism of digestion, and dental caries. Okay, see, we eat food, yes or no? Yes, we eat food to get energy, to grow. Yes, our body needs energy to do different types of work, yes or no? So we eat the food, but how we get energy from the food? Yes, the food get digested, and after that we get energy from our food. Okay, so today we'll be discussing how we eat the food and how it gets digested, what are the processes involved in it. So let us discuss and start with today's class. Okay, yes. Now see, first comes human digestive system. In the previous class I have shown you a diagram, yes or no? Okay, so again you see it consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. That class also we have discussed. See, this is our digestive system. Okay, it is having two types of things. One is alimentary canal and another one is digestive gland. Alimentary canal means it's a long pipe. Okay, it's a long pipe like structure. So see, alimentary canal starts from our mouth. Alimentary canal starts from our mouth, then it continues to the food pipe. After that it joins the stomach, after that small intestine, the coil structure, and the large intestine. This is the alimentary canal. And what are the digestive glands? Liver, pancreas, yes, and the gallbladder, and the intestinal glands, which is inside our intestine. Yes, clear? So we will be discussing about the different parts of the alimentary canal and the function of different digestive glands in lot of details. So are you ready? Let's move ahead. Okay, now see, alimentary canal. Look at this diagram. See, I told you alimentary canal means it's a pipe-like structure. It starts from our mouth and continues to the esophagus, which is also known as the food pipe. Means why it is called as the food pipe? The pipe through which our food moves. We chew our food, we take our food, okay? We take it in our mouth and we chew the food. After that it goes to our, yes, esophagus or the food pipe. Clear? Yes. Now see, a long tube from mouth to anus. It is a very long tube which starts from our mouth, yes, and it ends at our anus. See, it continues from the mouth, then through the esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and the ending one is anus. Clear? Look here. We chew the food. It continues through the food pipe to the stomach, then it continues to the largely coiled small intestine, after that the large intestine, then it goes out through the anus. Clear? Okay. Now see, it consists of mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. Clear? Now see, buccal cavity. What is buccal cavity? Buccal means mouth, okay? Oral cavity. Buccal cavity means oral cavity. Food is processed into small particles of the same texture by crushing with teeth and mixing with saliva. See, we are taking the food, okay? And we chew them with the help of our teeth, yes or no? So why do we chew food? Can you tell? You may be remembering that your mother used to tell, eat slowly and chew the food very well. Why they say so? Because if we chew the food properly, the food is divided into small parts. Okay? Why do we chew the food? We chew the food so that it will be divided. It will be divided into small parts. Okay? So we chew the food with the help of teeth. and the mixing with saliva. Can you remember that whenever you see something tasty food, what will happen? Your mouth starts watering. Yes, water like substance comes to your mouth when you see a very tasty food. Yes or no? Yes, that is not water, my dear kids. These are saliva. Okay, these are saliva. So when we eat the food, we chew the food with the help of our teeth, and we crush them, we grind them, we divide them into small parts. Okay, and it is mixed with those water like substance which is called as saliva. How it is mixed? With the help of our tongue. Yes, so further moved around the mouth. It is moving around the mouth. How? While chewing, we chew the food and it continuously moving inside our mouth. How? By the muscular tongue. See, our tongue is muscular, it is made up of muscles. Okay, clear? So what happens in our buccal cavity? It means our oral cavity. Food is processed into small particles. Food is converted into small parts. See, I have taken the full chapati or full roti. Okay, so I will tear and I will put into my mouth and I will chew them. What will happen after chewing? It will be cut into small pieces. Yes or no? Yes. After that, the food will be moving inside my mouth. What will happen? My tongue will mix them with the water like structure, water like substance which is called as saliva. Clear? So in the buccal cavity, the teeth are there and the tongue is there. So the teeth converts our food particles into small particles and mix them with saliva. Clear? Yes. Now moving ahead, see, action of saliva. Those water like substances are very important. They are very important. How does they help? Saliva contains enzyme. What are enzyme, my dear children? They are certain chemical like things which help in the breakage of the complex form to the simple form. Okay, so the saliva contains certain enzymes. Okay, they are called as salivary amylase. The enzyme which is in the saliva is called as salivary amylase, which breaks starch. Can you recall what is starch? Yes, the food we are taking, that is containing starch, okay, which is a very complex molecule. Can we digest the complex molecule? No, because we want simple sugars. Okay, so what will happen? The saliva present in our mouth will be mixing with our food with the help of our tongue. Okay, and in the saliva one important person is there. Who is that? Salivary amylase, which will help in the breaking down of the very complex molecules into very simple sugars. Yes? Okay. Now see, the kid is enjoying the food and it will taking into the mouth and he will chew the food slowly it will chew the food with the help of its teeth. After that, the tongue will circulate the food inside the mouth and mixing the saliva. Which is present in our saliva? What is the name of the enzyme? Salivary amylase, which will break the starch, which is a complex molecule, into very simple sugar. Clear? Yes. Now moving ahead. See, peristalsis. What is peristalsis? Let me clear you that it is the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of muscle to make the movement of food in digestive tract. Okay. Now look at the diagram, it will be easy for you. So after chewing, we engulf the food. Yes or no? We engulf the food and it moves to the food pipe or esophagus. Yes. So how it goes? It goes like, see, it opens, close, opens, close, opens, close. So this movement, see, contraction, relaxation, contraction, relaxation, contraction, relaxation. This is called as the rhythmic, means one time it will contract, one time it will relax, one time it will contract, one time it will relax. So this rhythmic contraction is called as peristalsis. Okay, so it is present in, this movement happens in our food pipe or esophagus. So it is the rhythmic contraction, relaxation of the muscle to make the movement of food in digestive tract. Okay, see, the saliva is added with the food. Okay, it becomes slippery. Okay, it has become slippery, so it will be easy for the food to pass through our food pipe with the help of peristaltic movement. The process is called as peristalsis and the movement is called as peristaltic movement. Clear? Okay, see, look at the diagram. See, the bolus of food, it means the parts of the food are coming with the help of peristaltic movement. See, slowly it is coming and it reaches the stomach, because after the mouth it goes to the food pipe. With the help of peristalsis it moves down, and after that the food pipe is joined with the stomach. Okay, now see, stomach, how is the stomach looking? It is looking like a muscular bag. It means, see, the esophagus is joined with the stomach and the stomach next continues to the small intestine. So esophagus, stomach and small intestine. So stomach is joining the esophagus and the small intestine. Clear? So what happens? With the help of peristaltic movement, the food is coming through the esophagus and it is coming to the stomach. So stomach is a bag-like structure. Yes or no? It is looking like J-shaped. No, it is looking like J-shaped. Yes. So it is a muscular bag, okay, made up of muscle. See, stomach is a muscular organ which expands when food enters it. So children, just compare, okay. If you are hungry, your stomach is inside. After taking food, your stomach will expand. You can feel that your belly size is increasing after taking the food. Why? Because your stomach is expanding. See, if you are having a school bag, okay, there is nothing, no books, no notebooks. If you are putting books and notebooks, what will happen? The bag will increase in size and it will be heavy. Yes or no? Like that, the stomach is empty, okay, you are feeling very hungry. So your belly is inside, pressed inside. So after taking the food, what will happen? The stomach will increase its size. The stomach will expand and your belly will come upwards. Yes or no? Yes. Now see, it helps in the mixing of the food with the digestive juices. So what are digestive juices, children? Inside the stomach, some juices are present. Those were called as digestive juices. So when the food will come through the esophagus, it will be inside the stomach. But inside the stomach, who is present? The digestive juices. So the food will come in contact. They will be mixed with the digestive juices. So what will happen in the stomach? Wait, let us see what will happen in the stomach. Look, what happens in stomach? See, the food is coming. Yes or no? The food is coming esophagus and it will reach the stomach. Now see, gastric glands are present in the walls of stomach. Now only I told you some gastric glands are present inside the stomach, inside the walls of the stomach, okay. So what they will do? They release HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, pepsin and mucus, okay. These three things are released by the gastric glands present in the walls of the stomach. See, acidic environment created by HCl helps pepsin to work. So the pepsin is in the inactivated form, okay, pepsinogen. So when the HCl will come in contact with the pepsin, what will happen? The pepsin becomes active and it will work, okay. Now pepsin digests protein. What is the function of pepsin? It digests the protein, but for digesting the protein, it needs HCl to become active. Clear? Okay. Now see, mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach from the action of acids. Okay. Before discussing this point, let me ask you one interesting question. Can you tell me, children, as I told you, the stomach is made up of muscles, okay? The stomach is made up of muscles. But see, when we are taking meat, we are eating meat, it is getting digested. Yes or no? It is getting digested. But the stomach itself is made up of muscles. It means it is made up of muscles. It is also like a meat. But why it is not getting digested? Can you tell? Have you ever think of it? Have you ever thought? Let me clear you that it is because the inner lining of the stomach is having one protective layer, that is mucus layer. So this point is describing this phenomenon, that mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach from the action of acids. So acid is there inside the stomach. It is digesting the meat we are eating, but it is not digesting the stomach itself because it is having one mucus layer which protects the action of acids. Clear? So whenever anybody asks that if you are eating the meat, it is getting digested, but the stomach itself is not getting digested because the stomach is having mucus layer in the inner lining. Clear? Yes. Now see, sphincter muscles regulate the entry and exit of substances in the organ in which they are present. See, sphincter muscles are certain kind of muscles. Okay, how they help? They regulate the entry and exit of the substance. See, look here. See, can you see it is the entry point and it is the exit point of the stomach. So sphincter muscles are present in the entry point and the exit point through which the food can pass. The food can pass. Okay, clear? Now see. Small intestine. See, we ate the food. It comes to the buccal cavity. After that, it goes through the food pipe, esophagus, and it continues to the stomach. So after stomach, which organ comes? Small intestine. Very nice. Now see, look. Here is the stomach. After that, which organ started? Small intestine. See, small intestine have some parts, 3 parts. Okay. First one is duodenum, which is joined with the stomach. The middle one is jejunum, which is highly coiled, and the ending part is called as the ileum. Yes, so just remember, it is the longest part of our alimentary canal. They are very much long, so they are always coiled. Okay, they are always coiled and they are the longest part of our alimentary canal. Okay, now see, it is the site of the complete digestion of carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Okay, in the mouth the starch digestion started. Okay, in the stomach the protein digestion started. Okay, but in the small intestine what will happen? The digestion will be completed. Okay, what are the things? Carbohydrates will be digested, proteins will be digested and fats will be digested. Clear? Okay, now look, bile from the liver, pancreatic juices from pancreas make the acidic food from the stomach alkaline. So see, the food is coming from the stomach. As we have now discussed, the stomach is having acid. Yes or no? So the food became acidic. But in order to digest the food again, the acidic food need to be alkaline. It needs to be balanced. So what will happen? Who will balance them? The bile from the liver. Liver is the digestive gland. So the liver will secrete one juice that is called as the bile juice, and pancreas is the digestive gland which will secrete pancreatic juice. So they will come together and make the acidic food alkaline. Clear? They will balance the acidic nature of the food. Now see, emulsification. My dear kids, what is emulsification? Look. So here is a large oil drop. Oil means large fat. Okay, fat molecule. It needs to be divided into small parts so that our body can easily absorb them. So which thing will help in emulsification? Yes, bile juice from the liver. Now look, bile salts break big fat globules into small globules, increasing the efficiency of enzyme action. Okay, enzyme are which helps to divide into different parts and digest them. Okay, so what will happen? The bile from the liver will come and it will cut or it will divide this big drop of the fat into small globules, and it will be easy for our enzyme to digest it. Clear? Yes. Now see, pancreas. So see, pancreas, this is the pancreas. Okay, this is the pancreas. How does it help? It releases pancreatic juice. Pancreas gives us pancreatic juice, which is having 3 things: trypsin, pancreatic amylase and lipase. Okay, trypsin, pancreatic amylase and lipase. So what are their function, my dear kids? Trypsin will digest the proteins, and pancreatic amylase will digest the starch, and lipase will digest the fats. Clear? Trypsin will act on the proteins, pancreatic amylase will act on the starch, and lipase will act on the fats. Clear? Yes. Now see, after that what happens? Intestinal glands. The food is inside the intestine, okay, small intestine. So there are certain glands, those are called as intestinal glands. How they help, my dear kids? The intestinal juices help in complete digestion of food. Now only we have studied in the small intestine the digestion is going to be complete. How they will be completed? It has some intestinal juices which help to completely digest the food. Okay, so after complete digestion, the carbohydrates are converted. We have studied, no, complex things will be converted into simpler things which our body will receive, our body will absorb. So carbohydrates will be changed into glucose. They will be converted into glucose, and proteins will be converted into amino acids, and the fats will be converted into fatty acids and glycerol. So just remember, okay, carbohydrates will be converted into glucose, proteins will be converted into amino acids, fat will be converted into fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, so glucose, amino acids, fatty acids and glycerols are simpler substances which can be absorbed by our body. Yes. Now see absorption. So now the digestion is complete. We will absorb the nutrients. How? See, villi are numerous finger-like structures richly supplied with blood vessels. Where they are present? Yes, they are present in the small intestine. So in the small intestine, small finger-like structures are there inside the small intestine. Those are called as villi, and they are supplied, or they are connected with the blood vessels. Why, my dear kids? Let me tell you. It takes the absorbed food. See, the digestion is complete. Okay. So the complex things are converted into simple things. So we are getting the energy. So what will happen? Those are need to be transported into different parts of the body. Yes or no? So these villi will help to absorb the nutrients from the food. Nutrients are converted into simpler substances. So these simpler substances will be absorbed through the villi, and it will be distributed to every cell of the body. It will be distributed into different parts of the body. Clear? Yes, now see, and what does villi help? It increases the surface area for absorption of nutrients. They are small finger-like structure. They will absorb in a large surface area. Okay. Now see, look. See, these are the villi. They are the finger-like projection. They are the finger-like structures. They will, see, they are connected with blood vessels. So they will absorb the nutrients. They will send through the blood vessels to different parts of the body. Clear? Yes. Now see, after absorption, the digestion is complete. We absorb the nutrients. So now the next step is, yes, removal of waste from our body, which is called as egestion. Now see, it helps in reabsorption of water and salts from the undigested and unabsorbed food. See, absorption is complete. Now there are certain water and salts that are present in the undigested food. So the large intestine will absorb the water and salt. Okay. So now rest of the thing is the undigested and unwanted food. Okay. Now see, look, this is the large intestine. This is the large intestine. So in which the reabsorption of water and salt happens. Okay. So what will happen after that? Anus is the last part of our digestive system. So it helps in egestion. Egestion means removal of waste products. Okay, so the food has digested completely, absorption has been completed, water reabsorption also completed. What is the next product, my dear kids? Those are the waste products. We don't need them. We will remove them from our body with the help of the process is called as egestion through our anus. Clear? Clear? And opening and closing is regulated by anal sphincter muscle. Again the sphincter muscle is coming, which helps in the exit and entry of certain molecules. So here anal sphincter muscle is present in the anus, which helps in the opening and closing of the anus. Clear? Look, this is the anus. Can you see? This is the anus. So after reabsorption of water, the waste products will move through the anus and they will be removed from our body. Clear? Now see, my dear kids, can you look at the picture? What is happening here? Yes, the teeth of the children is decaying. These are called as dental caries. What is dental caries, my dear kids? Dental caries or tooth decay. It means its tooth is decayed, destroyed, causes gradual shortening of enamel. Enamel is the outer part of our teeth, and dentine, the inner part of the enamel, the next layer of the enamel is called as the dentine. So what happens when we eat some sticky foods like chocolates or sweet things? They are sticked. They get sticked with our teeth. Okay. So what will happen when they will stick to our teeth? Certain bacteria will come and they will start grouping there. And what will happen? They will start secreting certain acids. They will release some acids which will destroy our upper layer of the teeth, that is the enamel and dentine. And what will happen? They will make a hole in our teeth and it will be very painful. It is very painful. See, it begins how it starts when bacteria acting on the sugar produces acids that soften or demineralizes the enamel, as I have told you. What will happen if we are eating any sugar or sweet things or sticky things? They get attached, they get stick to our teeth. So bacteria will come, they will make a group and they will party on our teeth. So what will happen? They will produce certain acids and they will soften, they will destroy the upper layer of our teeth, which is the enamel. And masses of bacterial cells together with food particles stick to the teeth to form dental plaque. Yellow color substance are formed. Can you look here in the diagram? This is the yellow color substance which is called as the plaque. Okay, so how we can avoid it? How can we take care of our teeth? We have to brush our teeth before food and after food. We have to brush twice daily, and we should wash our mouth very nicely with water, and don't forget to brush your teeth before going to sleep. Yes, and don't just avoid certain sticky things. Okay, avoid certain sticky things. Clear? By this we can take care of our teeth. Okay, with this we ended our chapter, means this portion we ended digestive system, human digestive system. Next class we will be continuing this, the next part of this lesson. Now see my dear kids, we will revise. Okay, what we studied about human digestion. Human digestive system having two parts. One is alimentary canal, another one is, yes, digestive glands. So it started from the mouth. We took the food and we will chew the food, and they are getting mixed with the saliva with the help of our tongue. Then what will happen? After chewing nicely, the food will move through our throat to the esophagus, which is the food pipe, with the help of which movement? Peristaltic movement. With what? Contraction, relaxation, contraction, relaxation, and it will go to the, yes, the next part is the stomach. And in the stomach, which is there, which will be sitting nicely? The digestive juices. So the food will go inside the digestive juices and they will be mixed. And in the stomach, which is present? HCl, hydrochloric acid. So the food became acidic and it will move to the small intestine. But in the small intestine, the food needs to be alkaline. It needs to be balanced. And which will balance? The bile juice and pancreatic juice will balance the acidic food. After that, the alkaline food is absorbed in the small intestine. Yes or no? And after that, it will move to the large intestine, where the reabsorption of water and salts will take place. After that, the undigested and unwanted food will move through the anus from our body, which is called as the egestion. So my dear kids, first is ingestion. Ingesting the food, taking in of food is called as ingestion. Then digestion started in our stomach. After that is absorption and emulsification, utilization, then reabsorption, then egestion. Clear? Yes. So there is a nice quote. See, our brain is our garden. The roots are nurtured by the food we eat. Just imagine if our brain is the garden from which we are getting our energy from our food. So to nurture a garden, the roots of the plant must be very strong. But the roots needs food. From where they are getting? From our food only. So we must eat healthy and nutritious food so that our brain will be very much sharp and developed. Yes or no? Yes. So you should take care of your body and eat healthy and stay safe and stay happy. Yes? So my dear kids, if you are enjoying our classes, if you are liking our videos, so don't forget to be a part of our eTuition family. Get it on Google Play and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Okay? Till then, bye, stay safe and thank you.